From about 39.6 million US dollars tied to Dogecoin, the Terra Classic co-founder, being frozen, and he has come out to say he doesn't know anything about it, to seeing European now finalizing the landmark on how crypto should be operating, and also to see a lot of news coming up or making the headlines over the past 24 hours. These are more what we're going to be looking at today on this beautiful show. And if you've not subscribed to the channel, I'm telling you right now, you are missing out. You need to do that and be part of the greatness that has been happening on this show. My name is Ahmed Oladmeji Kazim, and this is Bitcoin and Breakfast Show, where we trade it and we don't gamble it. Without further ado, let's check what's going on in the market first before we read the headlines or check the news that are making the mainstream panic in the industry. And we can see Bitcoin is trading at 20,244 right now as I'm talking to you. What is going to happen? Is Bitcoin now retreating? Like I said, that we're hoping for a reversal. They haven't seen the cycle completed, and we're believing the market should now plummet a bit. So now we're going to check this out on the chart. But right now, Bitcoin is trading at 20,247 as we are recording this show. If you've not subscribed to the channel, you need to do that right now. It's CryptoBit101 on YouTube and CryptoBit101 on other platforms. Subscribe, like, and share, and do not forget to turn on the notification bell so you can be part of what is going on this platform. All right, let's dig into what is happening on the news. We saw Terra's Dogecoin denies report that authorities froze 39.6 million of his crypto. I think this guy is now, I'm thinking this guy is really a scam, because the authority will say this, you deny it. The authority will say another thing, you deny it. They're looking for you, you didn't present yourself. It's not balancing. I mean, if I'm not doing anything, you should show the receipt. Show us that didn't freeze the crypto asset. Show us the picture of you with the authorities and show that, oh, you've settled with them. But you're just hiding up and then, and you're just busy coming out saying, no, this is not right. This is not right. I think now I'm not even going to allow or advise anybody to just get on any project attached to this guy. The blockchain here is fine because blockchain is blockchain. But talking about any project attached to Dogecoin, I think you need to stay away from it. All right, that's that about Dogecoin making headline again just this morning. And after 2 years of debate, European finalized landmark crypto rules. You know, we've been seeing all these countries trying to, punch the crypto space harder every day, every time, talking about regulations and all of things they're saying about securities, or it's like investment now, and any company or anybody that wants to operate need to be under the guide of financial institution or financial regulation in those countries. And now this marks the end of the heated but necessary discussion between the EU co-legislator, said the European Crypto Initiative on Tuesday. So I think we're going to be seeing more of this to come out too if Europe has not set up their rule. We saw Australians saying they've got their own ways to where you can even, they're now limiting you to some certain amount of crypto you can even purchase a year and stuff like that. So I think we're still going to see more of that. And speaking about Dogecoin rise because of Elon Musk came out to say, oh, he's going to show us, or he's going to rearrange the plan on how to acquire Twitter. And we saw Dogecoin surge immediately, but now it didn't last for long, and Doge just start dropping back. So you need to be careful, and that's why when I tell you, do not buy the news, you understand? Sell the news. You can even buy the rumor, but always make sure you sell the news, because sometimes this news or this mainstream fraud is just to confuse you or to make you believe, oh, this market is going to run, and they bring that news in, you jump on it, the next thing, the market come down, you lose your asset. Russia blocks access to crypto exchange OKX. We know OKX is one, I think is the third largest trading exchange out there when we talk about volume all over the world, and now they've been blocking Russia for one or two reasons. And also we can see on my radar, Coinbase expands services in Australia, calling country a priority market for us. Coinbase has been pushing, and I think Binance has been doing much more. We saw Binance now gaining even approved in Saudi Arabia, in Kazakhstan, and a lot of countries like that. And we see Coinbase now following up. And don't forget about FTX too, as Sam Bankman-Fried has been doing the most. And we can see other another news on the red line. 3 Arrows Capital Liquidator takes possession of what? Of Starry Night NFT wallet. Speaking of NFT, we saw someone NFT that was worth millions of dollars now become $10. It's what I've been preaching on this show, that when you see all these influencers preaching about an NFT or talking about metaverse or token, do your own research before you bag on it. They might have money they put in, that if they lose it, it's not going to affect them. You might put your hard-earned money, and that will be the end of it for you. So you need to be careful, know the roadmap, know the tokenomics, and do your own research. It will take you like 30 minutes to just scroll through, know what the vision and mission of the project is all about. If it's what you believe is going to work for you in the future, or you believe is going to work for the world in the future, then you can put your money on it, and also put the money you can afford to lose. You understand? This is not financial advice anyway, but it's just we sharing what we know about the market. Italy has inverted the 33 crypto firms it approved this year. Also, we saw another news on the radar saying Bitcoin stays above 20K as US stock futures drop after 2 days of big gain. And you see the stock is dropping, and I believe I'm expecting Bitcoin to drop as well, because I haven't seen the cycle completed. I believe the market should pull down and see if it's now going to break the benchmark, which is 17,500 to 18,500 that we've been touching for about 2 months now. And if we break that zone, I think we'll pull down to 14K, 12K thereabout, and we can see this institution now can come in and bag more of the asset. Decentralized exchange token GMX surges after Binance FTX listing. You know, we all know whenever all these tokens get on this exchange and they become altcoins, alternative coins instead of the Bitcoin and the ETH, they tend to have this surge, or they tend to have this movement. That doesn't mean you should panic in. You still need to check the chart out, use your tools to analyze and see if this is a false move or it's truly a good volume coming into the market. And speaking about volume, we've got a good package or good content about volume, where you need to understand that, okay, sometimes when you see the volume moving up doesn't mean the price is going to move up. I think we're going to drop the video this weekend. You need to stay tuned so you can learn one or two from that. And if you've not subscribed to the channel, do that right now. Subscribe, like, and share. And do not forget to turn on the notification bell as it goes. Second crypto group object to CFTC use of chatbot to serve legal papers. And we can see another news, important news, that crypto derivative exchange Power Trade launches RFQ for institutional options trading. You can see, I told you the institutions, they're coming in gradually, crawling into the space, but they're going to catch us unaware when they put in their billions. So you need to get you need to be part of the crypto world now, the crypto space in general now, but you don't need to do it blindly. You need to use your head and make sure you have the right information before you do so. Celsius on the radar again. We know Celsius has been battling with the client, battling with the court, battling with bankruptcy, and now we've even had FTX saying they want to acquire them, and we've been waiting for that acquisition to take place in the nearest future. But now the customers are being faced with big obstacles trying to claw back into their deposit, and I think we need to be careful. Even though we saw it move from about 100 and something back to 101, but I'm telling you, you still need to be careful, because once all these projects are not stable any longer, you need to take your money away, because you don't know what's going on, and you don't want to be the one they use as a how am I going to call it, as a scapegoat for the investment. So you need to be careful, and I think you should just take your money out of Celsius right now. All right, let's check another news Another news on the radar: Bitcoin holds steady above 20K. Co-founder of bankrupt fame Celsius Daniel whatever resigns. We said it. We saw the CEO resign now. Even part of the co-founder are now stepping out, and that says a lot about the project. I believe it's already a full project. We saw Voyager being bankrupted, and FTX bought them, and FTX is even moving to acquire Celsius as well. So make sure you do your own research and you know what's going on in the market before you put your money on it. I'm still talking about NFT. JPEG are not future of Web3, and NFT Polygon Studio Metaverse lead. You know, we all know NFT is just a non-fungible token where you can place whatever you feel it belongs to you, art, music, anything like that on the internet, where you can put a price tag on it. People can trade it if you want them to trade it, or you can sell it to another person. And why NFT is good, there's this royalty and all of that. But we all know NFT has been down 99% since this year. So does that mean NFT are going away, or is going to go forever? No, it's just that there's so much noise bubbles in the space, and we need to clear all those things before we now see viable project that we can put our money on as an investment, and we're going to make money in the future. All right, let's check out some news over here. We can see South Carolina treasures goals on Bitcoin fact-finding trip to El Salvador, something like that. Will bull take charge now that Bitcoin price trade above a long-time trend resistance? I think what I just believe we need to wait is if the Bitcoin should break between the 17,500 and 18,500, we know we're going to take a shot. But if we're failing to break that, we might see the bull run start from there, because you know the market has been down for quite some times now, and it's never going to be down forever. It's never going to be down forever. We're still going to see these big boys, these investors, pump money in, and we're expecting that to happen when we're going to hear Fed Powell speaks, or the next Fed interest rate or unemployment claim and all of that come into place. That is now going to make the investors make their decisions if they'll pull out their money from the U.S. economy and invest it probably in gold, silver, and I think Bitcoin as well will be there. So these are all the headlines we have for you today. Let's check on this sister site and see what we can bring out of here. We have a 10-year macro tower one, the long-time bull case for Bitcoin opinion. Leading asset manager Fidelity introduces 5 million. Yeah, we know that, and we know Fidelity Investment have been supporting crypto. And even now, you can now stake your ETH with them and even kind of get some loan from them. So that's that on the market update today, and we can see Bitcoin DeFi protocol gets hacked for about over $1 million US as well. So these are all the headlines today, and let's go to the economic calendar and see what we'll be expecting to see, or what news will be affecting the movement of the market today. And today, which is Thursday, we're going to be seeing, I think the most important news today will be the card news, which is the Macklem speaks, the FOMC, and the BOG government speak. I think those are the important news, but we need to be careful. So all these other news, they're not very important, but sometimes they are the build-ups to the big news that will come in the nearest future. If you're a fundamental analyst, you know that you take how am I going to put a report of different results that are coming out, then to determine the big news that is coming out, to know if it's going to be dovish, or it's going to be awkward, if it's going to be better than expected, or even far, far worse than expected. So that's what we need to check out. And on Friday, we'll still be waiting for the most important news: employment change in card, employment rate, and also non-farm employment change and unemployment rate coming up in the United States tomorrow. These are very, very important, and I believe we're going to see the market reacting to that between today and tomorrow. So that's that on the economic calendar for the rest of the week. And now let's check out what's going on in the chart before we check out the markets watch and see how the billions are moving from one token to another and what the market cap looks like. All right, you can see right here on my charts, this is BTC US dollar chart, and we have this movement. Sorry, let me remove this. I put it earlier when I was just trying to check something. We have this earlier on, and yesterday I told you we're going to have a fake out from this symmetric triangle, you understand? And now we have a kind of channel being formed on the lower time frame. That's where we have this pullback, which is good, because before you can confirm that a trend or an impulse is 100%, you need to have a retest and now break, and now break the impulse. So now if you go to, let me go to 2 hours so you can see what I'm talking about. On the 2 hour time frame, you see we have this movement. Let me put it as our first yellow, even though it could turn to our blue later, but let's just put it as our first yellow because we want to understand how or what is going on in the market. Now we have our first yellow. This move down on the lower time frame, it breaks this 20,700. I told you to get into the market yesterday, that get into the market at 20,075 or 20,050. Now move back to retest, but it didn't break the 20,470 thereabout, where is the main point where the cycle finishes, and that's where we have our red. So now what are we expecting? We're expecting the market to create the first yellow. This is the second yellow. Then now this is what I'm expecting the market to do today, to come down like this, break this point, retest like this, and now probably shoot down. Then when it shoot down, that's where we're not going to see where the market is going to stop. We're not going to see, okay, maybe we're going to take our profit below 18K, 19K, 20K, and all of that. That's why you need to stick to the channel, because when you tell you to take a trade, it might take, if you're a swing trader, it might take a day, 2 days before you take your profit. And if you're a day trader, you might see opportunity where you feel like you can take your profit. You can do that also. But do not forget to use your risk management when you're placing the trade, because anything can happen in the market. So this is what I'm expecting the market to do today. I'm expecting the market to pull down, kind of retrace again, then we see the market plummet or shut down. And if we're not able to hold 18,500, I repeat, we're going to see a massive drop in the market. And if we break 7,500, I bet you with you we're going to 14K, 16, 14, 12K thereabout. That's certain. So you need to be careful when you're placing your trade. Make sure all the support resistance that you're using to take your trade or to calculate your risk management are intact. And make sure you put your stop loss when you're trading. You don't want to gamble with your asset, because they can wipe you out in a minute. So that's that on BTC. I'm expecting BTC to move down back to break 19,728, and if we can break that, then we have a good structure now being formed. But I like what has happened. The market has come down, pull back up now. It needs to break here, so we have a structure, and immediately we break that point. Now a good structure has now been formed, and will now be trailing our profit as it goes down on the chart. So that's that on BTC. But what if the market fails to break this point and we now have the market pull back up? Yes, that can still happen. What you need to do is, let me put this highlight here. What you need to do is, we have our top or the highest at 224.67. So what you need to do is to set your buy stop above that. You understand? Because you have a sell now coming down for you. Maybe you take a profit or you use your risk reward management to take profit. Now, if the market is pulling back up and we can't find any structure being formed thereabout, what are we supposed to do? We're just supposed to put our buy stop above 24.67 or 25.50, like I said yesterday, because if you break that zone, we could be shooting up to, I don't know, maybe 23K, 22 something K, because we know the market has been moving with maximum of, I think, 2,000, 3,000 points for some times, and that's still some money for some of you that have a lot of asset. And even though you're trading one Bitcoin, you can still be making 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 and stuff like that. And if you're trading 0.10, you can still be making about $100, $300 or more. So that's that on BTC. I'm expecting BTC to pull down a bit, and if it doesn't pull down, I'll put my buy stop above the spike over here, which is 24.67 thereabout. So let's check out ETH and see what's going on with ETH as well. But you know, we're going to be having some news in the market tomorrow, so expect the market to move crazy between now and tomorrow. Don't be shocked when you see the volatility coming in. Okay, now we see ETH is doing the same thing. Like I told you, it's going to come in the market reverse, came into the symmetric triangle back, and now it has broken the spark. And now this is kind of showing me this is still continuation of like a bull trend for me, if you asked me, on ETH. So now what do we need to do? Because our target on ETH, I told you before, is 1,400. Now we are now at 1,384. So I think we're close to the target. And once we get there, I think we should take a shot, because if Bitcoin is falling, ETH will definitely follow up. So now what do you need to do for today's trade on ETH? If you missed the movement yesterday, this is what you need to do. If you missed the movement yesterday, what you need to do is, yeah, we're now having a structure being formed on the lower time frame. So let this thing pull back like this. Let's see. If it should pull back like this, now pull your short below it. So when it breaks it, you have that structure forming, and you can, you know, scale your profit downward. But now, if you missed the buy or you missed the entry yesterday, where can you possibly get into the market? I will tell you to wait, and let's see the structure that is going to form in some hours. It will break above the 1,383, you can put a buy, but I believe we're going to have a structure that's going to put the market down a bit, because I've seen so many structure here breaking this point and retracing back. So I feel like we're going to see ETH to pull down a bit. So you can wait to buy when it pull down, because something in trading is you don't need to rush in. You don't need to be in a hurry. Patience is the key when you're trading, because you need a sniper entry. You need a perfect entry whereby when you get into the market, you start making money. Not that you're having 1,000 point drawdown, 500 point drawdown. No, at least your drawdown maximum should be about, let's say, 50 or 200, maximum 200, minimum or medium of 100, and minimum of 50. I think that's the best setup I like. Or I don't know, everyone has got their own decision, but on our with our own theory, I believe that's the best setup, because imagine you're risking $50 to make a lot of money, or maximum of $200 to make a lot of money. Not now you're risking about 1,000 to make 1,000, or you're risking about 1,005 to make $800. That's not trading, if you may ask me. So let's wait, be patient, let it pull down to this point. If we see a clear picture there or a clear structure, we get into the market. And if you feel like, okay, you've missed it, you want to be trailing the structure on the lower time frame, let's say probably you have a buy, you can continue trading. But remember, the moment you see a structure like this being formed on the chart, put your stop loss below the structure. Right now, no structure has been formed yet, so I can't really tell you where you can get in, because I believe it's forming. The first one is going to pull back up. Now we're going to have the structure over there, or if it doesn't pull back, you will see it drop it down, pull your short below 1,344. Yeah, you can put your short below that, and I think that will be a safe place for you to take your trade. So that's that on ETH. Let's check the market watch out and see what the market looks like. Yesterday, we saw one of the sister sites showing cryptocurrency is now up to 1 trillion, above 1 trillion with about, I think, $4 million, something like that. And we saw the other one at 900 and something. And I tell you, for you to have a confirmation, they both must sit above 1 trillion. That's where we can confirm, yes, the market is above 1 trillion. All right, now we can see the market cap now is 968 billion, and on the sister side is now 1 trillion. That's still like the same thing yesterday, 1 trillion and 8 billion thereabout. But now I told you we need the two to correlate before we can validate that the market is truly above 1 trillion. All right, so now the volume in 24 hours has been 61 billion, and we can see the volume over here in 24 hours has been 61 billion as well. And we can see BTC dominance is sitting at almost 40% and ETH at 17.3% respectively. And we can see dominance on the sister side also at 38.5%, that's almost 40%, and ETH at 16.4%. Talking about dominance in the crypto space. So that's that on the market cap. Let's check out some coins that have made it to top 100 of coins that are trading. We can see Frontier is now trending. PancakeSwap has been trending for some times, and I don't really know what's going on. Maybe because we're now having these meme coins popping out. You know, if you're doing DeFi, that's decentralized finance, for you to buy some token that are not listed on all these exchanges, you need to use the likes of Uniswap, SushiSwap, PancakeSwap, and all of that. They are the most popular DeFi exchange for you to buy all the shit coins. But I told you, all these coins, they are of no value because they're just going to let you buy it, pump it, then they rug you out. So you need to be careful. I prefer when a coin is listed on all these exchanges, at least we know they are not kind of moving ahead and not even reliable, because we saw Luna Classic collapse, we saw Terra collapse, we saw other Voyager collapse, we saw a lot of them that were even listed on the exchanges and they collapse. So you can't say because they're even listed you have that 100% assurance that it's a good project. What you need to do is do your own research, get used to the project, join the community, make sure whatever they write in the tokenomics or the roadmap is what they're doing. The moment you see them shifting from all those things they say they want to do, just quit or leave this project. Now we can see mini football to is trending, and I think it's appreciated about 29.20%, probably in the last 24 hours. That's huge. All right, now let's check. Bitcoin is trading at 20,222, and it has now appreciated 4.4% in the last 7 days, and it's been dropping for about 0.10% in the last 24 hours. ETH is trading at 1,366, and it's almost the same like Bitcoin, appreciated about 3.35% in the last 7 days, and about 0.83% appreciated in the last 24 hours. XRP 13% in the last 7 days, 2% in the last 24 hours, talking about appreciation. Solana 2% in the last 7 days, and we can see 0.53% drop in the last 24 hours. And Dogecoin appreciated a bit, and no, you can now see it's about 8.2% in the last 7 days and 0.5% in the last 24 hours. I think we need to check the Dogecoin out to see if Dogecoin is even safe for us to buy now or not. Let's check out the charts and see if it's really a good buy, because we'll see this guy is always just coming out saying a lot of things just to create FUD in the market. And I told you, fear, uncertainty, and doubts, don't let it take over you in the crypto space, because that's where a lot of them used to confuse you and lose your money. And I think Elon Musk is fond of doing that. Remember, he told us our Bitcoin is not collecting Bitcoin. The next thing he said, the energy consumption was too much. He's no longer taking it. We saw the market plummet. Is he going to tell me he didn't know the energy consumption was much before he put his money on it? Hell no. It's just they use all those things to control us or to deceive us in getting into on some project. They make their billions and they take it out, and we lose all our money. So you need to be careful. All right, now let's get to this chart quickly before we round the show up. You can see now we have a double bottom right here, nicely being touched. And don't forget, this movement was because of Elon Musk saying he's now replanning, or I don't know how he's going to acquire the Twitter, whatever, back. And we saw the leakage message that leaked out between him and the former CEO, talking about Twitter should become a decentralized app and stuff like that. So what do we need to do with this Dogecoin? And yes, if you miss this movement, please do not panic in, because we have it ranging between, you can even see we have it ranging between 0.0669 to 0.058. Yes, Dogecoin, I think, is going to do better in the future, because Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, they are not giving up on the project. And I'm not going to lie to you, I'll still look into acquiring some, because I remember in 2020, thereabout, some people bought Dogecoin at 0.005 and it went to 70 cents and they made a lot of money. Not financial advice. I'm not saying we should jump into it now, but we need to jump into all this project at the right time. And when it's time to jump on in this project, we'll be doing a segment whereby we'll be telling you tokens, NFTs, and stuff we believe it's good for you to put your money on. And don't forget, do your own research. Make sure you know what is going on before you put your money on it. And like I said, you just need to wait. Let's see if it's going to break above this point or it's going to retest this point. But this is where we have the ranging. If it breaks above this point, we'll put in the buy. And if it doesn't break above at this point, we'll put in a short below. And that's that on Dogecoin. So let's check the fear and greed out so we know what's going on in the world of sentiment. And we can see now we're sitting on 26. I think the fear is started to move away, because from extreme fear now we're seeing it's now turning into fear, and I told you when it's extreme fear, that's when you need to buy. Now it's becoming fear before it's turned to greed and extreme greed. So now today's sentiment fear and greed index is now sitting at 26, and that's that about the fear and greed index. So let's check what's trending on the socials before we round up the show. Excuse me. Okay. And if you've not followed our Twitter page, you can go and do that right now. You can see CryptoBin101. We drop some videos today, and we tweet some stuff so you can have an understanding on what is going on. Let's quickly check. We can see Shiba Inu is trending. We can see what is trending again. We can see I think Shiba Inu is the only one trending on my timeline, but we have so much other news or whatever that is trending on Twitter. You can just check them out. And shout out to our sponsor for always standing next to us, talking about Instacash FX. If you want to trade your Bitcoin, you want to buy, you want to learn how to trade, go to www.instacashfx.com and you can do all of that. They're reliable, fast, and they're efficient as well. So that's that on the sponsor. Thanks for being part of this journey. And if you've not subscribed to the channel, you need to do that right now. You can see subscribe right here, like and share. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you can get all this content as we're dropping it. The crypto space is being hit by regulations. A lot of things are coming into it, but those are things we need so we can have a clear mind and we can be at rest or at peace when we're putting our money on any of this project. And don't forget, do your own research. I still remain myself, Ahmed Oladmeji Kazeem, and you've been watching the Bitcoin and Breakfast Show, and this is where we trade it and we don't gamble it. Until I catch you tomorrow on another fantastic episode of this beautiful show, stay out of trouble and trade safely. Peace out.